Hello, 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 and welcome to SortaOkay Reviews, where every fandom, of course, is welcomed. I'm Nathan Bedard.
I'm Brad Newton.
And today we're doing our My Hero episode
53, The Test.
The Test. Alright, so, of course, we're now a little halfway in. We got our new anime opening. You know, we're starting to get into the provisional license.
Exams, yep.
Yep, and we pretty much start off kind of with, going back a little bit. You know, we see, again, like, Deku's like, okay, I want to start, using my legs, and we go back to that scene where he comes in and he kicks the rock.
And we learned that Hatsume is actually the one that made the suit for him.
Yeah.
His upgrades for a suit.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much knew that.
Mm-hmm. But we see the conversation with him.
But we see the conversation, it's cool, and I like a little touch we saw, like, whenever Deku did that, Bakugo had, like, a expression on his face, like, what?
Yeah,
like,
he's angry.
Deku's getting stronger and stronger. Like, now he's starting to figure out what to do, and we get pretty much like a little talk between Deku and All Might. Get ready for your provisional license exam.
And a thing that you kind of mentioned last week is All Might's realizing it too. Is like, man, people feel like they kind of have to protect me now because he's like, I'm weak and like he's like, I can't be around like this dangerous area because I can't take care of myself really anymore without my power.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then and then I believe we cut to the girls are in the dorm rooms. They're relaxing. They're like, oh boy, what a day of training. And they're all talking and they're like, oh, have you got your move down?
Yeah,
have you got this down? And they go to Ochika. She's like, and they're like, have you got? She's like, no. I mean, lately my heart's been feeling all funny and stuff and all like that. And immediately they call her out. They're like, you love somebody. And she's like, love, dove, shove.
She's like, glove? No, get it.
Yeah, she's the modern time Dr. Seuss of that place.
Yeah.
And it's funny, and like, she's just like, no. And immediately everyone's like, Midoriya. And she immediately freaks out even more. And
she floats. She's like,
she just starts to float. Like, she's floating. and she's like floating, and then
she sees Midoriya.
She sees Midoriya outside, kind of like training,
getting his shoot style ready.
Getting his shoot, like kind of studying, of course, Ida's style, trying to get that down. And we get this like kind of like they freeze on her and get this love intensity music
like
and
bubbles around her.
Bubbles around her, and she's just thirsty for Deku, and it was funny. It was nice. And then I believe after that we cut to the next morning.
Yep, they're all arriving to get their provisional license, and here we just get a bunch of new character information, info dump. I don't know if we could like get it all, but they arrive there and like they're trying to get pumped up now. They're like we saw earlier, some of the other students have like new suits and stuff that everyone else has been working on their power.
Yep.
And then we also learned that Class B is separate now, so we're not going to see any Class B here. They're trying to separate the schools.
There's there's two different times.
3 different places, 2 separate times.
3 different places, 2 separate times so that students at the same school won't go against
each other.
People from the same school.
And I don't remember the name of the schools, but they meet 2 other schools.
I think
one in the west and then like one in the north. I don't know, but they meet this character who's like super intense.
Ishida, something like that. I can't remember the name either. But I like how when they're just like Class A is just having a conversation, and he's just like plus ultra. And then they're like, what are you doing? You just can't butt in their conversation like that. And he's like, I'm sorry. And he cocks back and he hits his head on the ground. He's like, I'm sorry. And
he's just like bleeding from his head so hard.
It was weird, but it's funny. And pretty much, I think Mr. Aizawa was just like, yeah, that guy was pretty much like one of the top prospects. Like, he was highly, highly recommended
to UA even.
And
he said no. So Midoriya's like, oh, he must be just as stronger than Todoroki.
Yeah, he should be on Todoroki's level. So it is interesting. It's like, okay, so what's this guy all about? What's going on here?
And we're introduced to another hero.
Her name's
Miss Joke.
Miss Joke. Her quirk is like pretty much. She makes like the other. It's kind of like
she makes people laugh.
It's kind of like the Joker gas, almost.
Kinda, but a much lighthearted
version.
Yeah,
they could stop after she makes
they don't make somebody go crazy. She just makes somebody laugh.
But
and while you're laughing, like, you know, if you're laughing, you can't really fight because all your senses are going off. So she just hits people with it. And Midoriya's like, it's really interesting to watch her fight because her fights with villains are crazy.
Yeah, and she immediately goes up to Mr. Aizawa and she's like, "Marry me," and he's like, "No." So she has a big crush on Mr. Aizawa, but he's not about that right now.
And I can't remember the pink girl's name, the one that shoots poison. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she seems like to be the biggest shipper in My Hero Academia. Whenever someone's whenever someone's like, you know, says, "Oh, I love this person," or "I have a crush on this person," she gets the hearts around her. It's like super ships everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so we get like the students from her class, like the one guy with the black, he's shaking like all their hands. He's like, "Oh, really nice to meet you. Really nice to meet you."
He's like, they're all thinking like, "Man, this guy's like a pretty boy." And he's like,
he's really charming and nice. Yeah. And I do like this Bakugo moment because he's like that face is not matching the tone. And I'm like,
he's just like, "You're fake." He pretty much.
Yeah, he's like, calling out his bull crap. Yeah, and I like that. And this is probably like one of my favorite moments in the episode, but the girl from that school comes up to Todoroki and she's like, "Can I have your autograph?" And then he's like, "No." And Mineta just comes up, "You can have mine though."
You can have mine.
But so then
they realize that UA is popular, like everybody knows they are because of the sports festival.
Yeah, and then Miss Jo, she's just like, "Huh? Did you not tell?" Like she's talking to Mr. Aizawa, and she finds out that he didn't explain something to the students. Mm-hmm. But then we have all the students from the schools and everything. They're in this like facility. They're taught, and then this guy with pretty much the most sleep deprived ever.
And he lets everybody know too. He's like, "Oh God."
Like, he goes up there, he's like, "Oh God, I need sleep."
It's like, we're super understaffed.
We're hiring. Go on Indeed. Like, please click apply. Like, if you don't become heroes, and
it's like, we need help.
In which some of them probably might not be, because we find out that like there's like 1,000,
1,540, I believe the number was.
Yeah,
and then 100 are going to pass this test.
Yeah, only 100. That's less than 1%.
Yeah, they say less than 1% are going to pass.
And pretty much, we also learned that, like, you know, it's going to be pretty much like a speed game.
Yeah.
Like,
so each person gets 3 targets and 6 balls, but they have to put the target somewhere on their body, and then you have to take a ball and then place it on somebody else's target. So if all 3 of your targets are taken, that means you're out. So but if you get rid of all 6 of your balls on somebody else and eliminate 2, or I don't know, you could eliminate 2 people, but if you get rid of 6 of your balls, I think you pass, right?
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, it's like a speed thing, you know, and pretty much so we get then all of a sudden the you know, and they bring up like Stain, like, you know, heroes, like they can't look for compensation, they gotta get in there and do the job,
without,
and that.
You know, recognition, just do it to be a hero.
Yeah, so, and then all of a sudden, the thing, like the walls,
big box opens and we see this large terrain.
Yeah, like they're like, this is a little aggressive, isn't it?
There's like city, there's mountain, there's waterfall, there's like all these different terrains all around him. He's like, yeah, this is a big reveal. This is the reason I didn't get any sleep.
he's just like, I've been working all night. Please apply.
I think Mara was his name, by the way.
Yeah, and so then pretty much, you know, they're all getting ready and stuff, and then she's like, so why didn't you tell your students that pretty much all the other schools are going to go straight for your class first? Like, do you... Because
they're famous and they're the targets. Everyone knows their quirk.
Like, and she's like, also, like, you haven't really expelled anyone. Do you, like really like your students now? And he's like, nah. But, you know, he's like, he recognizes they've been through a lot. You know, they've got a lot going on. They've really improved. And he pretty much says, he's like, I didn't need to tell them, because they're going to, regardless if I do tell them, they're going to go in with 100%. They've dealt with experiences that some of these students haven't. And also, and then while they're thinking too, they're like, yeah, we might be at a disadvantage, because we were at the sports festival. We were showing our styles, our techniques, our weaknesses. But once the exam starts, they're immediately like, yeah,
Midoriya kind of takes charge.
Yeah, he kind of, which is
like,
kind of cool.
Midoriya's like, he's like, okay, we all got to stick together, because like
Bakugo though goes on his own
like,
thing.
no, and Kirishima follows him.
Yeah, you know,
and they're buddies.
Yeah.
So Kirishima and Bakugo go in. Todoroki's like, yeah, I'm gonna go too because he's like, my quirk just is too much to, too hard to use in a group. So he's like, they all go in their separate ways, but the rest of the class together.
Yeah, but I respect the fact that like everyone just kind of really just kind of went with Deku. Like they're like, okay, yeah, let's.
Deku's like their plan guy. They're
yeah.
Like, what's your plan, Deku? So.
And so then we get this cool moment of like all the students are like getting ready to and like they throw the balls at UA, and pretty much everyone just like they show like, okay, yep, nope,
the
and
results of their training.
Yeah, everyone's like defending and deflecting the balls and everything, and pretty much that's how we kind of end the episode.
Yeah, and then next week there's a preview of like we're gonna get individual battles. It looks like Tournament of Power style, Dragon Ball Super style.
Maybe not to that level, but it's gonna be
intense. But yeah,
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool to see some of the characters we haven't seen a lot of right now kind of interact. But it was a fun episode. We're in the provisional license, arc.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be really fun. All these new characters were introduced, these new schools, more future heroes, all the interactions. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that's going to do it for our little review of episode 53.
Yep, and we always have to thank you for watching. And as always, you can hit that subscribe button that'll pop up over there. And our last week's review will be right here.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you very much, and have a good day.